Welcome to 21 Days of EFT with Vinali Date. Day 20, Breaking Free from Binge-Eating Guilt. Every bite that a chronic dieter takes is often accompanied by a mix of emotions like guilt, regret, fear, self-judgment, anxiety, anger, despair, and stress. For them, food is closely tied to how they see themselves. It's the difference between thinking I've been good today because I only ate versus yes, I will have a muffin, I'm being bad today. But it gets more complicated. Along with the negative emotions, eating sweet or fatty food also brings a sense of relief, pleasure, distraction, peace, and even a feeling of empowerment and freedom. Who wouldn't want that? For example, when a dieter eats a big slice of chocolate fudge cake with cream and hot fudge sauce, they might think they are bad or wrong because the food is labeled as bad and the choice to eat it feels wrong. But at the same time, it might make them feel like a rebellious rule breaker. After a long day at work, feeling frustrated about holding back the real feelings while being polite to the boss, client, or customer all day, eating that cake feels like a small act of rebellion. Forget you and your spreadsheet. I'm having a cake and a glass of wine. Our reasons for eating junk food or binge eating often make sense. For example, if you reach for a tub of ice cream at 7 p.m. after eating only an apple all day, or you have a big bowl of macaroni and cheese after hearing bad news, it's an understandable and functional choice. In the first situation, your body recognizes that you have taken in very few calories and it sees this as a survival issue. To protect you, it cranks up your craving for higher calories foods. In the second situation, your body notices how stressed you are, so it urges you to eat food that will calm you down, comfort food. We use food to soothe ourselves, much like same people do with shopping, drugs, TV, alcohol, cigarettes, or gambling. The problem arises when, instead of understanding these motivations, we fall into the spiral of shame. We give in to cravings or urges, then feel guilty, which leads to more stress and ultimately more regrettable food choices. This creates a cycle that results in more weight gain. So, what's the solution? Aside you're nourishing your body with real nutrient dense food to prevent these cravings, it's crucial to release your food guilt. If you have just had a 3-hour binge and are staring at an empty pizza boxes and ice cream containers, the worst thing you can do is follow it up with self-hate, guilt, and punishment. What you need most in that moment is self-forgiveness and compassion. First, using a scale from 0 to 10, pick a number that matches how guilty you feel about binge eating or turning to comfort food, 10 being the strongest. Remember, we ideally want to tap on this issue until the number drops to somewhere from 0 to 3. Even if you don't get it all the way to 0 today, you may find that the remaining energetic residue works its way out after a sleep cycle. With food guilt, though you may feel it helpful to do so, some tapping whenever you eat something that you follow up with negative emotions after that. Once you have a number in your mind, start tapping on the karate chop point on the side of your hand and say the following out loud. Even though I just ate that entire box of donuts, block of cheese, and 2 family-sized bag of popcorns, and I'm so angry and disappointed with myself, I still love and accept myself completely. Even though I just ate my body weight in junk food, and I can already feel the extra fat forming on my belly and chin, and I despair of every stopping these binge eating episodes, I choose to profoundly love and accept myself anyway. Even though I feel angry, remorseful, and desperate about all the food I just ate, and I don't know why I can't control myself sometimes, I choose to relax and forgive myself. Take a deep breath and continue tapping around the face and body, starting with the point at the start of one or both eyebrows. As you tap on the eyebrow point, oh my god, I can't believe I just ate that. Tap on the side of the eyes, I can't believe I did it again. Tap under the eyes, what's wrong with me? Tapping under the nose, it's like I have no control over myself. Tap on the chin, I'll probably be 5 pounds heavier by tomorrow. Tapping on the collarbone, all that hard work wasted. Tapping under the armpit, I'm so angry at myself for ruining my weight loss efforts. Tapping on the top of the head again. Tapping at the eyebrow point, how many times have I done this? Tapping at the side of the eyes, why am I so weak-willed? Tapping under the eyes, why do I do this to myself? Tapping under the nose, I am my own worst enemy. Tapping on the chin, I'm so tired of being stuck on this binge eating roller coaster. Tapping on the collarbone, I'm so ashamed of eating like this. Tapping under the armpit, I hate that I keep making these bad food choices. Tapping on the top of the head, my whole body suffers when I eat like this. Tapping at the eyebrow point, I hate it when I eat like this. Tapping at the side of the eyes, I get so angry at myself. Tapping under the eyes, when I stuff myself with junk food. Tapping under the nose, I make myself sick with food. Tapping on the chin, I can eat until I'm sick. Tapping on the collarbone, I eat until I hate myself for it. Tapping under the armpit, why do I do this? Tapping on the top of the head, I regret it every single time. Pause for a moment, close your eyes and take a deep long inhale, then exhale through the mouth. Give yourself a couple of seconds to consider anything that came up for you while you were tapping. Any old memories, thoughts, realizations, emotions. If you want to pause the video, just tap on anything else for as long as you need and then continue. Tapping on the eyebrow point. This is always the same cycle. Tapping at the side of the eyes. I make a bad choice. Tapping at the side of the eyes. And then I beat myself up for it. Tapping under the nose. Then I punish myself by restricting and over-exercising. Tapping on the chin area. I vow that next time I will be strong. Tapping on the collarbone. Next time I will follow the rules. Tapping under the armpit, but then I do it all over again. Tapping on the top of the head. This is toxic, vicious cycle. Tapping at the eyebrow point. I don't know how to break it. Tapping side of the eyes. I feel like an addict. Tapping under the eyes. I feel immediately regretful and guilty. Tapping under the nose. I promise myself I will change. Tapping on the chin, but I always go back. Tapping on the collarbone. It's eroding my self-respect. Tapping under the armpit. It's damaging my body and brain. Tapping on the top of the head. It's impacting my mental and physical health. tapping in between the eyebrow point. I don't want to keep doing this to myself. Tapping at the side of the eyes. I want to make better choices. Tapping under the eyes. My body deserves better for me. Tapping under the nose. But this is about my emotions. Tapping on the chin. I have real reasons for this behavior. Tapping at the collarbone. I know my body brain is trying to protect me. Tapping under the armpit. So I choose to forgive myself. Tapping at the top of the head. And I choose to work on healing the emotions driving these choices. Pause for a moment, close your eyes, and take a long, slow inhale and exhale. If you feel called to continue tapping positive statements, take some time to do that until you feel finished. A good sign of being finished is when you naturally want to take some extra deep breaths, or if you yawn. When you're bringing the session to an end, on the right edge of your fingernails of the left hand, one by one tap and say, as you tap on the thumbnail, there is a part of me that already knows what it feels like to have a healthy and functional relationships with food. Tapping on the index finger, that part of me is informing the rest of me now. Tapping on the middle finger, this information transfer is taking place. Tapping on the ring finger with ease and grace. Tap on the little finger. This information transfer is now complete. Now, with your closed eyes, cross your hands over your chest. Take a deep breath and say, transform. Imagine this new knowledge of what it feels like to have a healthy, functional relationship with food flowing into every cell of your body. Visualize yourself releasing old patterns and encoding new choices into your DNA. Slowly open your eyes onto a world where you support and nourish your body brain with nutrient dense, organic whole foods that cravings and binge eatings become a thing of the past. Well done. Day 20 is complete. Go back to the number you had at the start and see if it has shifted. If not, continue tapping on whatever came up for you. Repeat the script as often as needed, focusing on any memories, emotions, or aha moments, and I will see you on day 21.